Hello and welcome to Pillars. A very special match today, as you might be able to tell if you're looking at Team 1 and Team 2. These are all seals. This is a Seal Clubbers Clubbing Club. I think I did that right. In-house game, which I saw in the server browser. I asked if they would allow me to spectate, and they agreed. So here I am. Team 1, ANS, Hopeful Monster, Beef, Stubble the Shrimp, Puppy from Hell. Team 2, OSP, Sigurd, Brigdrasil, Deranged Octopus, and Cheetahs Never Win. I think this is going to be an incredible game. Big hope. Big hope. We've got... Oh, man. A lot of ships out of both teams. Cats going wild in the background. Joy. So it has been several months since last in-house here. Dropping down now. Looks like we're dropping down the OSP team. And it's an Acello engine bloom. Aurora's 250 Acello! Nice, love to see it. Don't see it very often. Got Aurora's, looks like a defender up top. It's on the rear mount. Interruption jammer, another defender below. Got a bullseye on the chin here. On the side. Okay, this is from Octopus, who is also bringing a 250 Bulker, double-sided. A few plasma cannons on it? Where's the plasma cannon? Aha, there you are. Right there and right there. Okay. AWR tug that also has a 250 on the nose. Don't see that very often. And a little rocket shuttle with presumably some chaff. And some chaff and a mostly harmless arming missile. Sigurd and his Rainbow War Machine as a pair of double-sided 450 Bulkers. Puppies. Bloodhound tug, EWR tug, rocket shuttle. Brig has an armada of rocket shuttles, looks like. Yeah. EWR tug, mine launcher, and then a nearly naked scout. And Cheetahs Never Win is bringing a full-on tug swarm. 250s, jammers, 100s. Lots of jamming. 100, 100, 100, 100. Yeah. And some pretty solid point defense as well. Grazers and mixture bastions in there, I believe. So, was it all grazers? I guess it's all grazers. Damn. Saw coming out of the ANS team. If you've been around for long, you know what these are. ARAD, ACTRAD, S3H's, whole frig blob of them. Presumably Hopeful... No, Hopeful Monster's not bringing that. He's bringing something else. A couple AMMs going out. Not good enough, though. Gonna, damn, take out that mine tug immediately. Alright, we haven't even started going through ANS fleet, and the fighting's already begun. That's what happens with these guys. We got a naked scout here from Beef. Another naked scout. 3 naked scouts from Beef. And a beam Solomon. I love to see this. Got defenders, got stonewalls, has several backup antennas. Very interesting. Doesn't want to be spending any restores on that. And so that'll help with that. Couple bullseyes. Very nice, very nice. Hopeful Monster. Fighting Voxel with some sacks on the back. Yep. Beam Destroyer. Also some missiles, some more sacks. Chaff decoys. Bullseye. A Sprinter with some sacks on it. As well as a little nose gun. And presumably the rest of the Sprinters look like that? Yeah. Yeah, they do. He also has a couple of torpedoes. Very interesting. And some offensive S1s on each of these sprinters. I love that build. Ooh, very exciting. Giving me chills. Puppy from Hell, 450 Axford. Here, a couple stone walls on the side, as well as a couple defenders. Bullseye, some Mark 1 tubes. Lots of chaff and flares. Wow. Rail Destroyer with some Defender PDs. Those are already getting a good angle on the A point. And, well, trying to do something about these shuttles. One beam here from Hopeful coming out. Gonna be, looks like not enough FPAs on it to really do much. Ooh. But the missiles and the 250 fire and the rails eventually killed this thing. I think it was the 250 that killed it more so than the missiles or the rails. It's Double Shrimp, also known as the Math Blob on the Discord. Fighting Voxel with what's on your back, Haas? SAC XR. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Not familiar with that mission. Blankets and Hangups? Blankets and Hangups. Nice. Hang-Upadors representing. Nice and proud. A point, as usual, is a complete bloodbath. 4 ships have died. Well, I guess one of these tugs died on E point. Both teams fairly even. Trades. OSP's lost a little bit more, but I think ANS has lost. Well, maybe not. This was a dirt cheap ship. Both teams spreading out. ANS looking to come here through this Delta Charlie crevice area. Just gonna push through the front, put some pressure on that alpha point, and eventually be able to cap it. I'm assuming they're gonna want to push through here as a group, cap this, keep pushing forward, and maintain that control and bottleneck the OSP up on Echo and Bravo around the cover here, using the beam battleship and the beam destroyers to threaten any peekers. Briggs going over the top of the map with these shuttles, and Hopeful's also going over the top of the map. Of course, they run into each other. Well, it's really going to depend on who scouts who first, because obviously Sax will dumpster these. Oh, they do have chaff, so they could get out of it. But rockets will, in turn, ruin this ship. But same thing, there's a lot of dodging potential for both teams. Neither has scouted the other, so I'm going to keep an eye on the rest of the map. Bravo point's been mined off. Probably nothing going to be going there. Hopeful's presumably going to sneak this around, notice the mines, and then leave. That's unseen. Both of these teams might actually be moving with their radar off. Okay, this is... The Going Places has no radar. Yeah, and these don't have radar either. So they're gonna have to see each other in visual range, which they should be crossing any time now. Oh yeah, they see it. They see it. They're turning. Meanwhile, the rest of the map, everybody's been kind of positioning, being strategical. Rockets coming out. Hopeful doesn't notice and loses his sprinter, along with a very expensive missile complement. But Briggs' little gambit up here is revealed. So the blue team is going to know to protect Charlie. Moody Brood is not going to be able to handle it on her own. There's not really anything in a good place for this. I guess the Hide and Flex has, yeah, 250s, a Voxel 250s. Do you have Raiders in here? One radar and a reactor. So yeah, this should be able to do the dance and dodge rockets at pretty close ranges, actually. Alpha's being capped by the blue team. Beef's thrown another naked scout onto the point, using the cover generated by this reactor explosion to get up here, but the radar jamming didn't last long enough for him to actually get onto the point. He's been seen, he's being shot at, and I think he's going to go down before he caps this. It's going to depend. Yeah, reinforced CIC, normal drive, though, and he might just be drifting out of the point. Oh, rockets coming in for the finish. Oh, but they miss. That's a little bit of a waste of points there. Okay, the Siege and Wolf is down. Blue team not able to cap that alpha point. They're behind about 30 points. Not the end of the world. Skyburst going out. Some socks being fired, but ooh, not really. No good angle on those. Brig able to dodge that with some chaffing and some no radar. One of the downsides of using the same missile all the time is, of course, your opponent will start to figure out your missile builds and react appropriately. The SAC's a really strong missile, but it is quite dodgeable, especially with players of this caliber. You know what isn't dodgeable, though? Rails and RPF. A little bit of RPF coming out of the Hidden Flex. Puppy supporting with some rail fire. Rail is extremely effective against shuttles because they don't have many damage control teams. They rarely have many reinforced components. And they're small enough that one rail through the middle causes most of the important parts to catch on fire, which is going to further wither those damage teams. Okay, this push has been deflected by the RPF out of the Hidden Flex, the Arid Wind, and then Tartanbor's Railfire. This move has been checked. These ships are leaving. One is full health. The rest are pretty bruised. Wait, no. Are these both healthy? Yeah, these are both healthy. It's just this one. Another push by Beef. Taking a lot of fire. Being aggressive with the sprinters. But I don't think it's ever going to pay off. They either need to look for an alternative route or push hard. Obviously, the onus is on the ANS team to get something done. But rather, fortunately for them, they're not falling into the trap of immediately pushing before they're really ready to. This has been an extremely slow game, but it's all very, very positional. We've got the Vibe and Mold, which is a great name for a sprinter. Down here, looking for some sort of weird angle he can push in at, nuke some nerds with launch imminent. Socks, he might have found it. Does it just say launch imminent because he might have some held? I don't know. Obviously, I have the tactical map, so I can kind of see everything. Okay, looks like our local hang-up-ador, Stubble the Shrimp, has decided it's time to make a move on Echo's side. This is stack v stack, and I would really like to be in the voice columns for either of these teams, but that is not allowed. Fire going after the Jammy Q Kobe over here. Not really taking any meaningful damage from it yet. Broken Pie, ooh, exposing itself maybe a little too much. Taking some AP 450 from the Twist of Trudy. And it is taking a lot of damage from that. And unfortunately, the 450 fire it's putting out isn't helping that much. Yeah, not helping that much. Yeah, Cello here able to dodge with ease with a Whiplash and a Small Yard. Beef making another play for Alpha, but I have a feeling this is going to go about the same as the rest of them have, where it just fucking dies. Yeah, there it is, and the Grape's coming in too, to just crit the hell out of everything. 250 fire. Oh yeah, that thing's toast. Sacks coming out. These are the XRs, so these are Stubble's sacks. Brig's still trying to get something done over here on this weird part of the map. Okay, so more sacks are being fired out of Hopeful Monster's Corvette on the corner. I need to watch both these. Okay, these are closer. These are closer range. It's going after, looks like this Bloodhound Tug. Oh, nice take. It's not dead, but the reactor's down and it doesn't have any restores, so it's not going to be able to use that LRD. This is... looks like it was fired at the EWR that's up here, but Octopus either saw it somehow or sniffed that something was going... Ah, the EWR probably saw it, because S3H has put off a huge radar signature. And got out of range. Looks like these are just going to miss. Turned off the radar. Turned off the EWR as well. Those are just off into space. Oh my. This is a hell of a match. Yeah, this is going up to the front of the line. Tug Swarm. Firing at Beef's beam battleship. It's moving on to Alpha. They've got to make a play. 100 points down, halfway, just about to the halfway point of the game. She can handle a little 250 fire. Not as much as she probably should, but a little bit. Alright, Beef, what kind of engines you got in here? Dragon, Whiplash, and Reactor. It's a fast boy! But only when flanking. Now, this thing gets onto Alpha, it's not going to get taken out very fast. However, it will take a lot of damage. And it probably won't survive a trip back. Probably firing out some rails to cover things. Where is that going? Aha! WR Tug. Nice. Okay, so this thing is also dead. Well, it's been railed a few times. What else has it been hit by? Okay, 2 missiles, looks like. Yeah, 2 missiles and 4 rail shots. 5 rail shots. Yeah, maybe, yeah, 5 or 6 rail shots. Which is enough to kill an EWR Tug. Effectively, these mines keep freaking me out because I'm like, oh shit, missiles! But it's just mines. Just mines. Co-ops on Bravo. Sprinters on Echo. Which means this ship is going to have a very bad time if it's not careful to stay away from that point. There goes one of those sprinters on Alpha. Ah, that's why Beef is moving down here. Or maybe not. I was thinking now that that's up, this could push forward. Using nuclear blooms as a environmental hazard. Very cool to see. Not specifically for damage, but rather for radar denial. Love it. Love it. Hopefully gets spotted and he's going to eat a few rockets to the face. Gonk. Dodges most of them. Only eats 1. Man, that's, what is that, like 20 rockets? 15 rockets? Yeah, about 15 rockets. You can't be throwing those away. There's another volley of rockets just dodged. Oh, but the third gets him. Downs that ship. Not sure exactly how many of the socks were able to get off here. Okay, all of them. Killing a couple tugs. So not the worst trade, but still... Blue team having some major trouble getting something done. I think they've given up on Alpha Point. They're going to start moving after Echo. Beef pushes under here at the same time Stubble's pushing over the top. That could be very effective. Tons of E-War going out for both sides. On the way in, and Stubble's not really going to be able to see... Yeah, going to see none of this over here. I hope you've been keeping an eye, dear viewers, somewhat on what is and isn't spotted. Oh, man. That has been telling a story of E-War and scouting that I have not even been able to engage because of the pace of this match. There's always something happening. It appears kind of slow, but there's a lot going on. This fight for here is happening. I'm not sure what to say about it, because we got Tugs that are dodging versus Voxels that are also dodging. And they're both just kind of screaming at each other. Scorching Wind's taking a couple of hits. Dustin's... That's all flank damage. I think these are mostly fine. Yeah, but now that RPF is being fired, clonk. And you can't dodge RPF forever. Oh, man, but you can dodge it somewhat. What do you got in here? Reinforced drive? Man. That's what I put in, that's what I put in my Tugs, and I can't make a move like this. It's very nice to see. Very nice to see. I wish everyone from Balanced Discussion a happy hello. Skill, in fact, does matter. Build isn't everything. Oh man, ANS struggling so hard. Beef's so close to that alpha point, but he just can't get it without dying. I think Stubble might have opened things up a little bit, but Octopus is maneuvering in a way that he can immediately hop back on alpha point. He's not overcommitting to the side of the map. Being very careful, very positional. Super nice to see. Yep, so that move's gonna be checked and not baited. A-Cap's lost brother. Another nearly naked sprinter gonna get onto Alpha Point. But I think it's gonna be the same story as all the others. Looks like he's going for an orbit command. Oh, Puppy's Axford is coming up here to the front lines. Ready to fight, ready to fuck. And it's eating a lot of attention, actually. Ample Hair was shooting at it and missing. Yeah, it's unclear what this wants to do. Yeah, I think it's going to be shooting at the alpha point. Tugs are firing. Unfortunately, they're firing AP. Which are just going to miss thanks to the power of Orbit Command at long range. See, the ship was actually able to get to the point, and now it can Orbit Command and dodge things. Boom, that's an Alpha Cap for Blue Team. ANS is back in the match. And I think OSP's in big trouble. With this being parked right here, this has a phenomenal angle on the Alpha Point. As Beam Battleship does. Most of the gunpowder for the OSP team is on the Spawn Echo Rock side of things. They don't have any chilling out here in the open. So they can't kick it out of that cover. Something's going to have to happen. I think this Tug Swarm is going to have to come down here and cap this point. Or provide cover for one of the rocket shuttles to cap the point. Briggs sneaking around down here. I'm not sure what he wants to get done. Might be going for a Charlie cap. He could definitely get it. That's what he's trying to do when he went over the top. How many rockets you got in here, Haas? A lot. That's a lot of rockets. Yeah, that's presumably all of them have that many rockets. So, what is that? 78 rockets? Yeah, 78 rockets total in that little group. Very effective. Tug Swarm moving in, trying to punish Puppy for coming up here and covering that sprinter. 250 OP, still probably a little too strong, but it's not doing that much. It's really not. Rockets, however, will. This ship being... Oh, but a bad angle on those rockets. Only a couple going to clip the side of the engine there. Most of that damage probably not even going into the shit. Well, going into the main engines anyways. But not going to any of the important bits. Otherwise, that Raider drive would be grayed out. Taking a hell of a pounding. Here's Puppy restoring one of his brake thrusters. So we can try to get the hell out of Dodge faster. .250 AP into the... I think those are actually 450 rounds. Those look like 450 rounds. Yeah, I think that came from the amplifier. Yeah, it did. Which has taken a lot of... Looks like rail fire? Yeah, a lot of rail fire. From a bunch of different angles, too. Just RCCs and then double-sided 450s. Hell of a build. Oval has managed to sneak an entire voxel onto Bravo Point. How did you do this? I didn't see that happening. And the OSP certainly didn't. Hazard pay still down here. It's alive. It might be able to spot that voxel. Well, let's find it. No, this voxel is entirely invisible. It can move forward very slowly and clear out these mines and eventually cap Bravo, but it's a tough task. It's a tough task. It's gonna take a long time to clear out those mines. And once they start disappearing, the OSP team's gonna know something's up. In fact, this is now spotted by sensors. The hazard pay, yeah, it's coming to range of those sensors. The hide and flex is spotted. It's gonna take far, far too long to cut through this minefield with a single voxel. That is the power of mines right there. It definitely can't just run forward. It'll die. All these sprint mines and Matic, this is such a dangerous minefield. Another sprinter dying for his sins. I can't believe this thing managed to make it out. Might actually be sending ACAP's lost brother to trigger the minefield. If so, that is a very good play. Very good play. Sacks being fired off? Where are these going? Oh, I see. Firing them off angle, perhaps, so they won't see him in time, or so that chaff won't be as effective? Unclear. Okay, here comes the chaff. Ooh. Bonk. Bonk! Okay, so 2 strikes. Both disabling those rocket shuttles pretty effectively. The RPF's going to be able to clean them up. Hidden Flex just not able to make a meaningful dent in this minefield fast enough. ANS is, I believe, going to need another point. I don't think they have enough ticks to catch up 100 score points, being only 1 cap lead. Brig trying to get something. Oh, man. Gundam Mark 7 down here is getting surrounded. His tug swarms out for blood. Rocket shuttles are ready to fight. Brook and Pry is probably going to die here before too long. There's Briggs rocket shuttle getting finished off. Plonk. Pain, suffering, death. Such is life. On pillars. Yeah, the Beam team's not really able to do that much this game. They've been very effective zoning tools. They haven't killed anyone, which always hurts. I'm not sure what he's got this targeting right now. I'm really unsure. Hide and Flex has managed to clear out Bravo. ACAP's lost brother can get on the point. Hide and Flex can provide a little support. OSP grabbing Alpha. Ooh, Beam's having some problems getting lands on those shuttles. Just, I think partially due to where the targeting on the shuttles is. Oh, Beef killing one of them. Eating a few rockets for his troubles. Deleting a few rockets for his troubles. Battle shorting the Beams. He knows they've got to keep this point. 2 shuttles down, 1 left. But 1 shuttle's actually covering for the other. Reign of Terror is probably going to be able to get this cap off. And that might be it. The more shots pummeling it. The Tartan Boar's pummeling it. Okay, the beam ship has reoriented, and he kills it at the last second. But it's still... Oh, another... The mommy from Seeker has come up here and parked on the point. And the Gundam Mark 7 is now getting surrounded by 250 fire from Tugs and 450 fire from Bulkers and 250 fire from Bulkers. And it is just being torn to shreds. Especially with battle shorting out all these beams. A good play, to be sure. A necessary one, more accurately. But it's going to make this hole a little more squishy. And unable to fight back. One of the beam destroyers sending some fire down the field. Not good enough. Doesn't quite get on target. Seems to be kind of the story of the game, unfortunately. Game's wrapping up here. These Tugs are positioned to defend Bravo as well as attack Alpha. Although I guess they're currently defending Alpha since it belongs to the OSP. T-20 fire. Doing some good damage here on ACAP's lost brother. Hide and Flex coming down to Cap Bravo as well. Tug Swarm burning towards Bravo. Gonna try to get on it and stall that cap out for as long as possible. OSP just needs a little bit more. Beef's coming up while everything is turned around to fight for Bravo. Beef's gonna come up here and try to cap Alpha. Oh man, which could be huge. Most of the ANS team is still camped around Delta, providing supporting fire. Means no one's going to be making a move on Echo. He beams down another shuttle. The ultimate shuttle killing machine is what this has proven to be. Bravo belongs to the ANS. Alpha's about to belong to the ANS too, but I don't think it's enough. Eating a little bit of 450 fire on the nose. Performing pretty well though. Pretty well though. think this will be able to hold this for quite some time. Yeah, it is just not enough. OSP is 40 points out from the end. ANS is 130. And I may not have enough fingers and toes for that, but I'm pretty sure 4-1 is not good enough cap advantage for the ANS for them to close it out. Also, I'm not entirely sure how easily they're going to be able to hold the Alpha. Some sacks coming in and getting down by the Accels, which are coming to the front lines against laser beams. Huge mistake. Not enough FPAs in this, unfortunately, to really be doing damage at this range. What FPAs are in here? 1, 2. Just 2. Yeah, that's off 2 basic CICs as well. It's so weird. Been seeing a lot of that this game. A lot of basic CICs in odd places. It was ACAP's lost brother. Oh dear. Which roasted the hide and flex quite effectively, but I think the tugs are in a much worse way. This could just like RPF, screw the HE. Well, no, the HE's probably faster at this range. Slid off the point. Beef has. I might have spoken too soon on the... What is going on? And my internet has disconnected. I have DC'd. Hello, and welcome to the AAR. Sorry about the ending there. Sorry about jerking you in here. But I had a DC problem right at the last minute. The ANS team won all of that. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Quite a hell of an ending. I wasn't sure they had enough to pull it out right at the end. But they did. But they did. We're using Puppy from Hell's skirmish viewer here. Beef was kind enough to download the XML and send it to me. Beam Battleship, 21,000 damage. Very nice. All of that right at the end when it was most important. Really speaks to the power of this build. A lot of dead ACAP sprinters. 11k on the hide and flex. I wonder how much of that's from missiles. Only 1,000 of that's from missiles. That's mostly HE. 250 HE. Killing it. Nice, nice. The beam destroyer, which I didn't think was doing that much, did a fair amount with his laser. Yeah, that's very nice. Puppy spending most of his time getting the crap shot out of him. Instead, here, and Stubble doing some work with the voxels, pushing over that Echo side. Fucking on dudes. Has shrimps to do. Let's stick with the OSP team. So much damage out of this tug swarm. What the hell? I think that's 18,000 damage, 19,000 damage out of the tug swarm. Pretty good, considering how little combat there was. Yeah, good damage out of everything out of the OSP team too. This Bulker's doing good work. 250 and the 450 Bulkers. Pretty good job. 450s more so than the 250s. And then Brig Shuttles. Playing a positional game. So that was an extremely high-level game of Nebulous Fleet Command. Very strategic, positional. Not a lot of knife fighting. Not a lot of battles across the map. Very slow, steady. I really enjoyed that. And I hope you do as well, dear viewer. I'll see you in the battle space. Good night.